Mute myself. All right, what's going on, everybody? You good? Me? I can't hear you. And my mute, you know what? StreamYard been bugging. So you can hear me, but I can't hear you. But you're not muted. Okay. Hold on. I'll be back.
I got to exit out and I got to figure out what's going on with it. If you guys can hear me, tell me yes. If not, I'll figure this out. Okay, you can't hear me?
Okay, I hear you now.
Okay, you can hear me now? You good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. What's what's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic, also with Yella, and we are here to speak about our show this Saturday called Steele the Show. This is our first show of the year. I know it's a little after the middle of the fourth month, but we are excited for it. We are ready for it. And what we're doing is we're going to talk about the show. We're going to have some wrestlers. They're going to pull up. They're going to also talk about the show as well. And we're going to give our thoughts. So, Yella, would you like to say anything?
I am excited because this Saturday is a special day for many reasons. You know, some might say a celebration. The energy is gonna be high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing. We're gonna have great professional wrestling coming up. There's birthdays coming up soon. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the start of the celebration. That's my birthday week would officially start, I guess, because my birthday would be the 27th.
Okay, mine's the 25th. Yeah.
Right. Yours. Yeah. So this start our birthday week.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
420. We'd like to know, how everybody else is going to celebrate it. You should celebrate it how you want to, but also come to Steele the Show. 8:00. Tickets are $5 off on Eventbrite right now. So make sure you get that deal. Make sure you get the purchase. Also, I want to give a shout out to Limelight Comics, who sponsored the show. I appreciate David. I appreciate his content, comics, and everything that he continues to do for the community. We already have a guest, and we're going to pull him up because I already know he feels a certain way. Shout out to you, Dose. What's going on, Anaya? Everything is going well. Yeah, celebrate nature. Yes. We'd have a good time for sure. Yes. Yes. So we do have a first guest. Now, this person is not on the card, but has made it adamant to say that he will show up. What up, C Red? So we're gonna have him up first, and we're gonna hear what he says.
What's up, y'all? It's Mike V up in the crib.
What's going on, Mike?
Nothing much, man. See, now, as I bring my attention to you, as I bring my attention to both of y'all, I'm still trying to wonder, even though y'all been promoting this thing for, ain't no telling how many months at this point, but I've yet to be on the card. Can I ask y'all why exactly that's why exactly do I gotta ask that right now? See, because we've actually come to a time and day that we're actually less than a week. We're actually less than a week that's on the card. I have yet to even be displayed. Like, can I ask why is that?
All right, I understand you upset, but could you ask that one more time so I can have a better clarity for what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Why is Mike V nowhere on the card? Why is my face nowhere on the promos? Why is my name nowhere on the promos at all? Do I
Oh,
have to go out there and make myself clear?
oh, that sounds like a threat.
How still of you? Oh my God.
We have been trying to get everything together, especially for this new year for
Right,
C3 Ultimate Wrestling.
right,
We've been trying to get things together. We've been trying to line a lot of things up, and it's not that we have anything against Mike Valentine, because we are trying to do things. And then even when you put this threat out that you were going to pull up, we didn't say you were banned from the venue, so you can definitely show up if you would like to. Of course, you can show up. You know, if we felt that there was any hostility towards Mike Valentine, we wouldn't even allow you in the building. But you are
exactly,
you are that. You've been winning, you've been killing it and stuff like that. So it's just like, you know, you are part of C3.
exactly.
Now, let me say this though. You may be booked at C3 Wrestling, but we're doing C3 Ultimate Wrestling. And
Right.
you keep saying C3 Wrestling. And I'm like, we used to be that, but we're not that anymore. So you may be booked there, but C3 Ultimate Wrestling, you know.
Exactly. See, and I totally understand that too. It's a business move. It's a business move because we've been C3 wrestling for the past ain't no telling how many years it's been. But the only thing that I know for sure is that I've been there since day one. And I've been there. Was it first and foremost? I've been there to do everything. Was it backstage? Was it on the card? And I've been making sure that everything has been was it pretty net pick. Making sure that everything's been drawn through the line. So my only thing is that was a mistake aside. Since I made that promo, since I understand that that was actually my mistake in saying that it was C3 Wrestling. I understand that the new card, that the new title for this program is C3 Ultimate Wrestling. Now, has anybody else brought that C3 Wrestling to the promotion? It doesn't have to be brought there.
What doesn't have to be brought there?
Is there anything that we need to do? Is there anything that the viewers are going to be looking forward to with this whole Ultimate in line?
I mean, it's the Ultimate Wrestling experience.
I know that.
You have
now.
Now,
with that being said, I understand that there's something that's going to have to be brought out in order to go ahead and make this clear.
Oh,
yeah.
It seems like it seems like a threat, but you know, you are more than welcome to come to the show. There's a lot of people that's going to be at the show. You know,
right.
Some fans, some not. So it's just like, you know, it's all about having fun. And you, like I said, you are the grand chance winner. You do have people that are willing to come out there to see a Mike Valentine. Now your attitude is bad. Your attitude is bad, but but some people really pay to see Mike Valentine. Almost every time. Every day is Valentine's Day if you want. You
right. Who knows? So, it can be something old or it can be something new. But I guarantee with this new promotion in line, with C3 being rebranded as C3 Ultimate Wrestling, that makes me think that something else that may be new has to be have to be brought to our audience's attention.
Oh, so okay, so I guess I can promote that I guess. Mike Valentine, everybody, he's going to be there at the show, at Steele the Show. This Saturday, he's going to be there. He's going to be there at 8 o'clock, 8:15 to be exact. And he says he's going to bring something new to C3 Ultimate Wrestling. So,
exactly.
I promoted what you're going to bring. So hopefully what you bring is something that the fans will enjoy. Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to it. Now, my whole thing is, since we went ahead and got that out of line, now my only, it's not even like my concern. Now, my only thing is that, this is for me, this is me speaking from the heart. I actually said this on my promo before as well, that I understand that, this is something, because since I went ahead and for the past few years, since I've been fighting it, match in and match out, I really do feel like that something needs to be heard with me. whether this would be something that was because I've been facing men. I did face the women, and wasn't our C3 man versus woman, or was a special event. And I've been talking to I've been talking to people. It seems like what they want to see is Mike Valentine. Now, my whole thing is that you guys are going to get Mike Valentine, but I would have to say that how long is this Mike Valentine going to last? How long is this nice Mr. Valentine is going to end up being to the audience? Do I got to go ahead and make myself clear? Do I got to go ahead and show him something new? But the only thing is that I guarantee you that this Saturday, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the beginning of something else. Wasn't that they're going to end up seeing?
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
all right.
So I noticed that you mentioned something else. And with it being C3 Ultimate Wrestling,
Correct.
what would you bring to the Ultimate Wrestling experience?
Got something in mind, but I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that up to everybody to see. Was it considered? You can consider this a warning. You can consider this a threat. You can consider this a prediction. But the only thing I can say is that something will be displayed. What's like come Saturday night.
So, ladies and gentlemen, something will be displayed at Still the Show Saturday. It's a family oriented show, so hopefully it's something that everybody can see because we do not want to be canceled. This is a family friendly event. So
PG, brother. PG.
Oh yeah, PG, brother. So Mike Valentine will be in the mix. And what I will say is never say never. You don't know what will happen at Still the Show because not only is it named after our C3 Ultimate Wrestling Champion D'Angelo Steele, but I believe that it is a moniker that many of us want to do when we wrestle. We want to steal the show. You know, we want to make a statement. So whatever Mike Valentine plans to do at the show, maybe he will steal the show. Maybe not. I mean, as long as he shows up to C3 Ultimate Wrestling and not C3 Wrestling, I mean, everybody will see it. Everybody will definitely see it if he shows up to C3 Ultimate Wrestling and not C3 Wrestling. So
yes. You guys are killing me with that. And see, another thing too is that I literally counted. As you went ahead and did that whole promo, as you went ahead and put that whole flyer up on the card, was it up over my face, over you guys' faces? I counted 11 people. Now, would that be saying that there's 11 people that you may think is better than me? Now, would you be saying like, should I be going after the promoter with this?
Oh, sir, it sounds like you're threatening me, sir.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a threat, but was it like count 11 people? Like I said, like I've been promoted genuinely throughout. Wasn't for the past 3 years, and since I'm not in the card, since I'm not promoted in any way or fashion, like I consider that like for some reason, like it seems like I'm being like demoted in this case.
It's not.
Now, all I want to say is that why?
Animosity. No, it's no animosity towards
exactly.
If it was, you would not. You're saying that you're coming to the show.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my thing is, no disrespect, but if it was a threat, then we wouldn't have you come to the show. Matter of fact, I have an idea for you. When we do open the show, you'll have the microphone and you get to speak your mind. You get to say your piece. Because I do feel kind of bad about the situation or whatever like that. Regardless of your antics, especially the last show, you have been putting in the effort and working very hard and been doing a whole bunch of things. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to give you the microphone and you can give your 2 cents. Hopefully you can get more change than that. And you can tell us how you feel to be at C3 Ultimate Wrestling, not C3 Wrestling. So how about that?
I love it. In fact, you end up saying you'll give me 2 cents. I'll probably end up giving you $1 for that one. You don't gotta you don't even you can go ahead and keep everything the same. You keep everything the same. I even throw in this other favor. I would keep it as PG as possible, just to make sure that this is wasn't like it's family oriented. I want to make sure that everybody ends up getting that money's worth. I'm going to make sure that they're going to go ahead and get the best of Mike Valentine has to offer. This isn't going to be. They can go ahead and keep the same pay rate and whatnot. They can go ahead and was as long as everybody got the ticket. I'm going to make sure that everybody get the best of Mike Valentine.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Of course,
so
of course.
Everybody see Mike Valentine this Saturday. He will be there at the beginning of the show with a live microphone.
Yeah,
and he's going to speak his mind on how he feels about the company. So you guys do not want to miss that. All right. So, Mike, I'm going to let you go. I do appreciate you coming up to promote C3 Ultimate Wrestling.
C3 Ultimate Wrestling for sure.
Yes, and to also promote yourself. So
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, Mike Valentine will be there, and he will speak his mind in the ring. So everybody get ready for that. Okay, thank you, sir.
No earmuffs.
No earmuffs. All right, sir. All right. Mike Valentine will be there at C3 Ultimate Wrestling 3 days from now, April 20th. He will be there, and he will give a piece of his mind. And I know a lot of people do feel a certain way about why he doesn't have an official match card, and he's also given his personal feelings about why he does it. So he will definitely talk about it, and he will definitely address the situation.
No, over the last couple of shows, I was going to say over the last couple of shows, Valentine has been he's been showing up. He's been on a roll. He's the he's in position for whatever championship match he wants, right?
Yeah, he can challenge for any championship, any match, anything, anytime, any place. So he could steal the show not only by speaking at the beginning, but wherever he wants to do. So, like I said, he was not banned from the event. It's not a personal thing that we have at for him or whatever like that. We can't book everybody all the time for matches and things like that. But he does have access to the company, so we will see where he goes from there. But shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Quantum or Arshawn, shout out to you. I'm saying Dury Seats. I don't know if I'm saying Dury's name correctly. Please forgive me. We have another interesting guest. My opponent. He's I'm going to wait for him to show, and we are it's about to go down. All right.
Okay, this is about to get interesting.
Huh?
I got a bone to pick with both of y'all.
What did I do?
What did you do? What did you do? Do you not remember the last stream from the last show that we had? Do you not remember that? Do either of you not remember the last stream from the last show? Do you not remember the mass disrespect, the masked inflammatory comments that you made, claiming that Kenny Nine had a snowball's chance in hell of beating me? Do either of you not remember what happened? Do you not remember that conversation?
Yeah, we remember. I remember.
Do you remember? So you also remember when I told you that what I did to him as a result of your disrespect would be on your heads.
You did.
And what happened? Yeah. What happened? Did I not? Since I've been in C3 Ultimate Wrestling, have I not been a man of my word? Have I not delivered on every single promise that I have set forth?
You delivered on one promise.
I have delivered on every promise. Promise, everything that I've told you that I was going to do, I have done. And I've done it in spades. I told you that after the last show, after the last little media scrum, little media, whatever you call this, after the last one, after your blatant disrespect, that I would leave Kenny Nine laying in a puddle of his own filth, and it will be on your head, and it would be on your head. And not only did I do that, but I did it in spades. And then after you being completely disrespectful to me since I've been in this company by not giving me the flowers and the due respect that I deserve, you then jump in the ring and challenge me. You challenge me.
Are you done? Are you done?
No. I'm far from done yet. Because now, after
you are a guest,
me,
so
you don't remember what happened to you 10 years ago, so you want to revisit that because you've been traveling around wrestling every Joe Bro that'll let you slam them in the ring because you've gone through and wrestled a bunch of Hicks and Hosses and think that you've done well against them, that you have a snowball chance in hell against me.
Are you done?
No. I'm not done. I'll be done Saturday. And maybe you'll be done too. So no, then on top of everything, you get your wife who should know firsthand about how dangerous I am to gas you up to do what you've been doing. What you plan on doing, Chris? Pray tell, what do you plan on doing, Chris?
Winning. Winning.
You think you have the tools necessary of not only being able to win, but being able to survive what I plan on doing to you Saturday?
I know I have it. Let me say this real quick, because don't act like we just came and disrespected you. No, that's not the case, because to be honest, you could have been a tag champion right now.
I'm not a tag. First of all, you tagged me with an idiot named Mike Strong who don't know how to listen. I told you firsthand, I don't play them games. Second of all, when I give the boy examples of what to do, he does not follow my example. He doesn't do what I do. I beat the first match. First of all, the first match you give me, you put me in the ring with Mike Valentine, who still, I knocked that boy senseless, and he still ain't acting right. You see him.
You lost that match too, though. You lost that one. You didn't win.
I did not lose.
You didn't win either.
Did I get pinned? Did I get pinned?
Was your hand raised?
Did I walk out of the ring?
Oh, sure. But did you win, though?
Did Mike Valentine walk out of the ring?
He was the greasy stain that you referred to.
Exactly.
That might be what's wrong with him now.
At that point in time, there was nothing.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Alice. That might be what's wrong with him now. I said, I'm glad you mentioned it. That might be what's wrong with Valentine now.
That's exactly what's wrong with Mike Valentine. I done knocked a whole new personality in that boy, and ever since that time, he ain't been right in the head. So if you want to go ahead and blame anybody for the reason of Mike Valentine's shift, you go ahead and blame yours truly. So now, and not only since then, I've had the entire wrestling industry copying after me. I've been calling myself the final boss on these little mini scrums for at least about a year and a half. And what do we got now? We got some idiot in Hollywood calling himself the final boss, going to WrestleMania, going ahead and doing, you know what, I ain't going to start that because the disrespect, the complete and utter disrespect that I've been getting in this business, in this industry in 26 years is unprecedented. And it will be culminated on Saturday in what I have to do once again because of being disrespected, of going through these changes, of not receiving the flowers and the admiration and the cheers that I deserve. I'm being disrespected again.
It sounds like it's just a lot of complaining, my brother.
No.
April 20th, it's not a time to complain. It's a time for a statement. You say you've been doing this for 26 years. You've been doing the same thing 26 years. Hurting people, car wreck, train wreck, whatever you want to call it. You can do all of that stuff. And that's fine. You know, I think that what's wrong with society is that they always say you should always stay the same. And I disagree with that. I've changed from the last time we went against each other. Some people change for the good and they change for the bad. As you can see, you beat up Mike Valentine and you changed him. Now look at him. He's making threats. I was annihilated 10 years ago, and I'd admit that. But I wasn't alpha then. I'm alpha now. And that's my take on that. Is that you have been doing the same thing for 26 years. I'm a totally different person. And I'm gonna show you April 20th.
Well, Alpha, there is
Hold on, let me finish because I just want you to know that the grass on April 20th will not be the only thing that will be smoked. Just letting you know that right now.
I understand that, and there's been you call yourself Alpha, and you say you wasn't Alpha then, but for 26 years, there's been one thing that's been constant with He Who's Incredible, and that has been the Exodus. And while you are the Alpha, no one who has felt the Exodus has got up and walked away from it. So while the first time we faced each other, you were fortunate enough to walk away with just a slight case of the critical condition, you may have to be introduced to the Exodus so the Alpha can know truly, while you have changed, while you think that I've been doing the same thing, I've shown you but a very small increment of what I'm capable of doing. You've seen the brutal side. You've seen the sadistic side. Now you're going to see the side that has something to prove, something that I must make an example out of you once again, because the disrespect that I've had since I've been here has not gone unnoticed. It has not gone unforgiven. And this coming Saturday, once again, you will understand why I have been called He Who's Incredible, and why everyone will continue to all hail He Who is Incredible.
That sounds nice. But it's all about what's gonna happen April 20th.
So,
You know?
I got a question.
Go ahead, Gail.
So I got a question for Atlas. So I will say this as far as my broadcast partner Kenny Nine. I'm always gonna have faith in my boy, but I will give
So did
credit
that
where
faith
credit
pan
is
out for
due.
you?
I mean,
you the main one, Kev, because you see, I'm disappointed because you have had a first row seat of every bit of destruction that I did, and I told you what was going to happen, and then you still, I feel like you were provoking me.
So here's where I'm at. While I always have faith in my partner, I will give credit where credit is due. You have been a man of your word from what I have seen from the commentary table. From what I have seen from ringside firsthand, you are right. What I've also seen is that a lot of times when people cross your path, they don't tend to cross your path again. Once they run into Atlas, it's kind of done for. They don't really want those problems again. Here's where Alpha steps in. Alpha's the only one that's willing to come circle back around. It's circle back around season. You know, Nelly and Ashanti got back together, so it's circle the block season. Do you feel like you need to do something different, or for Alpha? This question could be for you too. Do you feel like this give you a different approach than the last time, or than the people that recently came across Atlas?
Let me do this. 10 years ago, I was Chris Classic, and when it was announced that I was going against Atlas J. Horn, I knew of him beforehand, and I was nervous. Not even gonna lie to you, I was very nervous. I didn't know what I was gonna do, how I was gonna overcome this obstacle, and you know, I was left. I was left broken. I'm not even gonna lie, and I know a lot of people who would have went through that and they would have said, you know what, wrestling is not for me. You know, that was like one of my first lessons in wrestling, is that it's not always about having fun and smiling. Sometimes you actually do have to fight for your life. You get what I'm saying? Because we are trying to put food on our table with this wrestling. We are trying to make a statement and stuff like that. That was the lesson that I had to learn. I learned that as Chris Classic. Now, fast forward to where we are now, I'm a way different person. And like he says, he has something to prove. And so do I, because a lot of people are scared of Atlas J. Horn. You saw the videos of me thinking about it, and it's not that I'm scared. It's just I'm bothered by it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not just a match. It is something that I also have to prove myself, that I can be Atlas J. Horn, the guy who made a statement out of me. It was just another day in the office for him. But it's my time to clock in and show him that I'm all about that work. And I stand on that business.
So the popular thing in wrestling nowadays is being able to finish your story. For the last 6 to 8 months, we've heard nothing but the phrase finish your story. We've watched how men have gone from company to company and have left themselves striving for goals that they have yet to attain for years. And over the past couple weeks, we've saw one particular wrestler finish his fabled story, a man who went through trials and tribulations and scaled this unstoppable mountain. And he had a happy ending. Well, this coming Saturday, a lot of people don't understand that some stories don't have a happy ending. Some stories continue to be nightmares. Some feats, like climbing Mount Everest, go completely unchanged. I can wish that I won the lottery. I could wish that I was a billionaire. Is that going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. I could wish that I could fly in the air like Superman. I wish that I could punch through walls like the Incredible Hulk. I wish that I could scale up tall buildings like Spider-Man. But are all those things capable of being accomplished? Maybe, maybe not. Chris Classic wishes, he hopes that he's going to be able to beat me Saturday. He wishes, he hopes that after 10 years of training and going through the rigors of traveling up and down the roads of visiting the Midwest and visiting these different promotions, that he finally has the tools necessary of winning and scaling this mountain, this unforgiving mountain that he for 10 years saw, heard rumors of, but was never able to accomplish, never able to climb. Well, this coming Saturday, Chris, you're going to understand that mountain is a lot taller than what you thought it was. While you thought it was 30,000 feet, while you thought that it was somewhere up in the clouds, it's not 30,000 feet. It's 65,000 feet. And while you saw one little portion of what I did to you 10 years ago, you didn't see it all. You didn't see it all because you, at that time, were as insignificant as Mike Valentine was when I left him as a greasy stain on the first show I showed up to. But now you have my attention. And now, this coming Saturday, you'll understand how much more dangerous it is when you have my attention rather than me just making a statement. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Well, I don't wish. I just say, and I just do. You get what I'm saying? You said that a lot of people are finishing stories and things like that, and that's cool. You know, people love those kind of fairy tales and things like that. But you know, this is more of a personal thing that I have against you. You know, I don't really spin the block on losses and things like that. But this is definitely one I had to repeat, to run this back, to show that I can beat this guy. This guy is a Windy City legend. your accolades are up there. Your titles
I am
are
not just a witness. I am a professional wrestling legend. Don't get it
Sure.
twisted. Don't get
Sure.
it twisted. I'm not one of these Joe Bros that you've been.
Sure.
I'm not one of these guys that you go in Wisconsin or in Michigan or and you wrestle and because you've slammed them, you've had a good match. No, I'm one of those guys that you hope to survive, like HIV. You may take your medication, but if you let it go too long, that HIV is going to turn into something that's going to kill you.
So I'm not as insignificant as you say I am, right? Because you know exactly what I've been doing, huh?
Oh no, you are. You once again. You have my attention.
No,
now,
you have been studying, right? The mountain has been studying the hiker in this adventure. This is why this makes so much sense, because the mountain. When do you hear the mountain study upon the hiker that is coming to overcome this obstacle? Have you ever heard it, Kev? Have you ever heard it, Kev? Kev, have you ever heard of that before? The mountain, the obstacle, studying the hiker. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever heard of that before in history?
I haven't. I haven't.
I have, because even giants notice a fly when it itches them, and sometimes they have to scratch. So in this particular instance, you decided to go ahead and make yourself notice. You were buzzing around my ear. You've been buzzing around my ear, telling me these things that what you're gonna do. You've been buzzing, saying that since I went ahead and beat up your boy that rings the bell, ding, 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 that now you want to go ahead and you felt your Cheerios, you felt your Fruit Loops, you felt like you were brave enough to go ahead and make a difference. That after 10 years and after the few short matches that I've been in this particular company, that you think that after 10 years, you have the tools capable of how many NWA champions have you wrestled?
None.
How many NWA champions have you wrestled?
None.
How many legit Hall of Famers have you wrestled?
One.
How many legit Hall of Famers have you beaten?
One.
100% win rate.
That mountain.
I mean, there's been other obstacles. You know, I'll consider them hills compared to the mountain that I would have to climb this Saturday. I will 100% agree with that, because the loss that I suffer from you, that's the one that bothers me the most out of anything. It's just that one. And sometimes they say it's either make or break, you know. And I was broken. I'm not even gonna lie. But I mended well.
So here's the thing that you should be asking yourself, and the more important question of what should be happening to you. What happens after Saturday? Where do you go after Saturday? What happens when Chris Classic or Classic Alpha isn't able to scale that mountain? How does he live with himself then? Because I can tell you right now, if I lose to you, I mean, I lose to you in C3 Ultimate Wrestling, that means I'm pretty much I'm back at square one. I mean, I'm pretty much at square two right now, because I felt like the only headway that I've been able to make is now I'm starting to get some of the respect that I deserve. And I feel as though that if I go ahead and cripple you, that the other hand in who owns this company, meaning your wife, will truly give me the respect that I deserve and put me in matches that are well worth my time. Not in these three-way dances with idiots like Mike Valentine's and Mr. Symbol, you know, that guy who got that speech impediment, that other guy who won the first match, that guy, with the ARC, that dude. Yeah, that guy. You put me in the ring with that guy. Second match, you put me in the ring with Mike Strong, who don't know how to listen. And now this particular match, we're going to go back and revisit something that was done to you 10 years ago. So you should be asking yourself, where do you go Saturday after you can't climb that mountain? Are you going to come back and begging me for another match 10 years on down the line? Hopefully that 10 years from now, that when I'm 60 some odd years old, that you'll have a prayer and hope then. Ricky Morton's still wrestling then, and he's still handling fools like you. So you might not have a prayer then either. So what do you do, Chris? How do you handle yourself? How do you deal with that level of disappointment? It's going to be a real interesting thing to see. I think that's a more interesting story than those who like to finish the story, those who like to revamp their losses after 10 years. How do you deal with it?
He kind of got a point. He kind of got a point, because I tend to want to ask in these sessions, and Atlas kind of already tapped on it. So I ask you, Alpha, what does winning this match mean for you in particular going forward?
I have to win this match. I have to win this match. I've won a lot of matches. I've won titles. I've won a lot of things. I've won accolades. I've won awards and things like that. Stuff that's behind me. But this victory means more to me than that. If I do not overcome this obstacle, this mountain, this adversary, this rival, this car crash, all hell, he was incredible, Atlas J. Horn. If I do not win, I can no longer call myself Alpha. Why would I call myself Alpha if one, he beat me twice, and then I call him out because he came out and he started talking his stuff? Why would I be an Alpha? How can I be an Alpha if I'm the number 2? It's just not possible. So he says that he has something to prove. So do I. So do I. I have something to prove. Like I said, I'm not here boasting about getting beat up. You get what I'm saying? And humiliated the way I did, But like I said, I know a lot of people that stop wrestling and work at Olive Garden now because they was just like, it's not cut out. Nothing against Olive Garden. I love their endless breadsticks and stuff like that. But a lot of people hung up their books, their boots, all of that stuff. They hung it all up because they felt like they wasn't cut like that. I'm different. I'm going to show you. April 20th, I'm different. I'm cut from a different cloth that they no longer manufacture. And both of you guys will see that April 20th.
It's going to be very interesting to see how a man who holds himself in such a high regard, who holds himself as the pinnacle of what he thinks the Alpha is, it's going to be very interesting to see how you build yourself back up from this. Hell, you know what? You know what actually might be funny? What actually might be a great idea is that once I beat you again, I take you underneath my wing. I take you underneath my wing and I teach you what it is to be a winner. Maybe once I beat you this time, I take you and make you the protege that I should have had with Mike Strong. Maybe I teach you how to listen the way Mike Strong should have listened, and I teach you how to actually win. I've always been a giving person. I've always been one of the guys in this industry that's always wanted to give back. And I feel as though that maybe is the opportunity where I truly have to give back. And if that giving back entails beating you senseless again, to show you the error of your ways, to show you why not only you've been wrong about calling yourself Alpha, but truly showing you what an alpha male, what an alpha wrestler, what an alpha predator looks like. And once I show you these examples, I will teach you the finer points of professional wrestling. So that way, maybe in 10 years, you will have a hope of beating me in a professional wrestling ring. That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to make a real note of that. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
you ready to be my student, son? I'm gonna make you my son. That's what I have many sons in the professional wrestling business. You're gonna be my next one.
I will decline. I do not want to be under your musty wing.
No.
I don't want to be nowhere near that. I'm here to show you that when I win, that car crash that you keep talking about, you're going to have to find another disaster to call yourself. You know?
Okay.
So Atlas, I think I got one more question for you, right?
Yes, sir.
I've noticed that you haven't so much have had a pinfall attempted against you. You have been on the road. You've been unstoppable, kind of in the opportunities that you had. Do you feel like you got anything to lose?
Seeing as how that when I go, anytime that I step in a professional wrestling ring, there's a certain level of expectation that not only the fans, but those who know, who are familiar with my name, to expect. And the thing that I feel that I must live up to every single time that I step in a professional wrestling ring is I have to live up to that expectation. And the expectation for this match has not changed and will not change with any other match. People are expecting me to go in and hurt Chris. If I don't go through with beating Chris like I beat Chris before, that the thing that I have to lose is my reputation. I have to lose saving face. I cannot boast and say that everything that I've done since I've been here is a lie if I cannot go once again deliver on a promise that I've set forth in this record once again and say that, hey, Chris Classic, you called out the bull. You about to get the horns. So what do I have to lose? I have to lose being said that once again, something that I said was going to happen did not come to pass. After all this time of building up a reputation of being a man who's been true to his word, what I have to lose is not being able to be true to my word. And for a person like me, I am not in a position to be made a fool out of. I am not in a position to be made to look ridiculous. And if I feel as though I am being made to be a joke or being disrespected, like Classic Alpha has done the last 3 matches he's put me in, then I have to not only rectify that situation, but I have to make an example out of everyone going forward that this is what happens when you disrespect me. This is what happens when you don't give me what I asked for. This is what happens when you stand in my way. This is what happens when you stand in front of a Mack truck. So once again, Chris, this coming Saturday, much like anyone, you remember back in the 80s when they used to have those commercials like this is your brain and this is your brain on drugs, and they used to have the egg that gets cracked onto the skillet and it starts sizzling and it starts bubbling. Saturday, you're going to be that egg, Chris. And I'm that hot skillet.
Well, you see, you're still dwelling in the past. You know,
that's not crazy.
You still dwelling in the past. You know, and like you said, we obviously we both have a lot to lose. So obviously there must be a winner. There. You know, there's a lot on the line here. You know, I'm gonna make you pay Saturday.
I'm gonna make you my son Saturday.
I'm gonna make you pay. I'm gonna make you pay. No credit, no debit, no EBT card. I'm gonna make you pay. You will not be the same April 20th. You will not be the same at Steele the show.
Afterwards, I'm gonna put
since
you.
Want to talk about
I'm gonna
commercials.
bring you a
Since
notebook.
Since you want to talk about
I
commercials,
will make you follow me around. Said notebook.
There's a popular commercial now, and you need to sing this song. Don't hate, make your future you hate you. You're gonna pay for that.
I'm gonna make you bring a number 2 pencil. I'm gonna make you follow me around with said number 2 pencil, and I will make you take notes on every single thing that I do, and you will do every single thing that I do, because once again, the young folks don't learn, they don't listen, and once again, you're not listening now. So you think that you're gonna make me pay, that after 10 years, you're going to go ahead and finish your story, and you're going to be triumphant, and you're going to go ahead and rock the town and do everything that you need to do. And while that idiot Mike Valentine doesn't understand what the Exodus is, I'm one of the few people on the C3 Ultimate roster that you can go on YouTube, Google his name, put his name in YouTube, and you'll find all types of stuff on there. So you go into YouTube, you dig up Atlas J. Horn, and there's an entrance video where the Exodus is happening all the time. And you can watch that, and you can see a peer into your coming future and seeing what's going to happen this coming Saturday as I leave Chris Alpha Classic as a greasy stain with dreads in the middle of the ring.
You know, you keep bringing up finish the story and finishing my story. You know, I think that has been played out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's played out.
Too.
So with stories and things like that, especially with that person's story, it was all about completing something that his father didn't do and things like that. You know, I'm creating my own legacy as a father myself, and you are too. So kudos to you and everything that you continue to do with that. But see, this is not a story I'm trying to finish. This is a testimony that I will provide the whole world. And I want the whole world to see. And they're going to see it on Twitch. They're going to see it on YouTube. They may even see it on Facebook. And they're definitely going to see it live. With tickets $5 off on Eventbrite, of course. They're going to see this testimony. They're going to see me overcome this mountain that a lot of people have not climbed. They have not overcome. They have not even put their flag. The flag of Alpha will be over that mountain. That incredible mountain called Atlas J. Horn. You will leave. You will not be the same. I'm putting it all on the line here. Like this is what I do. I learned that from you. Did I learn it the hard way? Yes, I did. I didn't need a number 2 pencil. The ring was the notebook. My body was the pencil. The things that you left me in, the stain, the greasy stain that you said that Mike Valentine was. I was close to that. I took notes this whole time, from the traveling that I've done to the studying that I've done and everything like this. This is not just a test. This is not just an obstacle. This is something that I have to do on my own for my own personal gain. My testimony happens April 20th. Not my story, not the finishing of a story. This is the summoning of a testimony. And I couldn't have it any other way with no other opponent except the guy that left me broken 10 years ago. 26-year vet, Atlas J. Horn, goes against the person that he left for dead. The person that could have just quit and said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. The person that could have just had a broken heart and left wrestling 10 years ago. Times have changed, and so have I. And I will see you this Saturday.
It's very interesting. Very interesting. So the last time we met each other in the ring, it was in a company where there was a guy who liked to claim that he was the gateway to that next step, that he was the gateway to the vast wonderland called New York. And he had a little gatekeeper, a little midget gatekeeper, a little midget muscle-bound gatekeeper that he was sticking me against, who called himself the next thing to New York. And while I had to make a statement on you to put not only the little midget gatekeeper, but also the improper idiot who ran said company on notice, I didn't notice you. And I apologize for that. I should have been much kinder. I should have been much more sensitive. I should have had better. I should have been kinder, because most people, most vets, most people who deal. If you're looking at my shirt, I have a tendency to love animals, and I have a tendency to be kind to them. But most people, when they see someone who's suffering, when they see an animal that's suffering, when they see something that is beyond help, they have a tendency to do what's the most kindest thing, and it's put it out of its misery. And I didn't notice at the time that you were in such great pain, Chris. I didn't understand the entire time why such a person would do something like put his life on the line in a match against me, why someone would openly, while knowing what's going to happen, would put themselves in a predicament where their livelihood, their body, and their mental well-being is on the line. And it's because you've been in pain. And I'm going to do the kind thing. I'm going to do what I should have did 10 years ago, and that's put you out of your misery. I'm going to do what is often quite hard, but as a parent, as a father, as your father, I'm going to have to euthanize you, son. I'm going to have to put you down. It's hard. It's bad. It's sad that I'm going to have to do it in front of your family, in front of your wife and your children and all those people. But me as a responsible adult, me as the veteran trainer teacher that I am, must do the responsible thing, and that's put you down. So I hope your affairs are in order. I hope that everything that you've hoped to accomplish, I hope that the 10 years that you have had in between these two bouts have been something that you've been able to accomplish everything that you wanted to accomplish in this business. Because unfortunately, Saturday, I don't think that you'll be able to do the things that you were able to do beforehand afterwards. You broke your leg, you hurt your leg in a match by accident. What I do to you this coming Saturday will not be an accident.
Mm. Mm. You know, I hear you talking about being my dad and father figure and being under your wing and all of this stuff. But you know what? If I had to call you a father figure in my life, you would be Lou from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like you talking a whole bunch of stuff about what you gonna do and trigger emotions and things like that. But just like Lou did, you ain't gonna show up. Or you gonna leave. You're gonna leave with your tail tucked between your legs. Atlas Lou Horn, sure, you can call yourself my father figure and stuff like that. But watch what happens.
Did he call?
You do care for animals, and I understand that. But
kind of
what you
got a
just
track
did
record for
was,
walking out, though. You kind of got a track record for walking out.
and yes, thank you, Kev. He has something in common.
Let me explain something.
You muted.
I didn't walk. I walked away from a situation where when I'm trying to teach something, a man didn't listen. I walked away. Yes, I can definitely say that in that instance, I should have been more of a father figure to that idiot named Mike Strong, but I was wrong in that particular instance. But once again, in this instance, I'm going to bring that number 2 pencil. I'm going to bring your picture page. I'm going to bring your notebook. I'm going to probably bring you some coloring books. I'm probably bring some crayons too. Because we're going to go back to school. We're going to go back to elementary. And What I have been absent from your life before, I'm gonna make you call me daddy. After I go ahead and beat you down, probably take off the belt and beat you a little bit more. Probably walk to the ring playing Papa Don't Take No Mess. Who knows? May happen.
All right. Well, look, I need y'all to be here on Twitch. I need y'all to be here on YouTube because it's gonna be some daddy issues worked out, some lessons learned, some oil stains left in the ring. Be here Saturday, April 20th, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. It's
Promising a lot of stuff. Like this man is promising a lot of stuff that
it's
he
about
can't
to be crazy.
do.
Chat going crazy right now. They've been going nuts the whole time. It's about to go down. This rematch is 10 years in the making. You hear the level of investment that both men have in this match. I've watched Atlas do exactly what he said he was going to do, except for finish the Mike Strong match. Other than that, everything's cool.
I finished the match. I did what I need to do.
Okay, sure. Okay, we'll go with that. But I've seen what he did to Kenny Nine, and I understand that. But
which was your fault.
Okay, cool. I'll take that one. But I've seen where Alpha has also come to, and I know that I'm going to try to keep my distance away from the ring on this one. I typically, shoot close, try to get some of the shots for you, but I might try to keep my distance away from the ring on this one. So, gentlemen, I hope this don't get too ugly.
I want you to kiss that beautiful wife of yours. I want you to hug that baby of yours, because after Saturday, they might not want to come near you.
Ouch, that hurts. Not Alex J. Horn talking about the family. Oh man, we've been doing this for 26 years. It doesn't really bother me as much because I already know I'm going to win this Saturday. And you're going to have to go back to your family and they're going to have to console you about this loss because what you've been doing for 26 years comes to a halt this Saturday, Lou. Lou, come on, Lou. It's okay. You're going to have to get the one. You're going to have to be the one to get the number 2 pencil, the Rose Art notepad, and everything. You're going to have to do that. If you have a rhyme book, you're going to have to go to the final page. You're going to have to write that and say, Alpha finally got the best of me. I see you April 20th, Pops. What up, Pops? I see you. I see you, Pops. I see you, Pops. I see you.
Ooh. All right. Well, I think that's all that's been said. I think it's all that's need to be said about that. So, we got any other guests in the back?
Oh, we can talk about the other matches.
Well, if y'all willing to put your differences aside, for a few minutes.
Go ahead and discuss the rest of this card,
For a few minutes, okay.
Because after we get done, after I get done educating Chris, I still have to educate him further. So I want him to watch the matches. Well, he may not be in the capacity to fully watch, but we're gonna tape them so you can go back and watch them. So as I educate you later on, I can tell you this is what to do and this is what not to do. So let's go over that card.
He's gonna be so upset when he loses. He's not. You're gonna hear anger and chairs thrown in the back. We might have to get security to get him out at the end of the match, at the end of the show, because that's just how he is. Because he don't take losses well, even though he walked out on somebody and lost a match. You see how hypocritical that sounds?
I didn't lose.
Yeah. See, y'all gonna have to get security. Y'all gonna have to get security. I'm staying out of it.
If I don't get pinned, I didn't lose. If my shoulders didn't touch the mat, I didn't lose. I have not lost. Kenny Nine lost. As a matter of fact, Kenny Nine was not able to finish the match. Something else I promised. What I tell you guys I was going to do to him? Did I tell you what I tell you? Then I tell you there were several rules to professional wrestling and what was going to happen to Kenny Nine. Did I tell you that I was not going to pin him? I wasn't going to make him submit. I was going to beat him by referee stoppage. And what happened?
Referee stopped the match.
Referee stopped the match. I'm telling you, this coming Saturday, if I lose to Classic Alpha, the resulting damage of what happens afterwards is not going to be something that anyone is going to be able to predict, contain, or deal with.
So basically, I'm put on notice before the match, and then when you lose, everybody else is put on notice after the match.
Everyone is put on notice anytime that I'm anywhere and don't have my medication.
See, that's why I do what I do on the other side of that's what I do. That's why I be completely away from him. But let's go ahead and bring up one of the
medication. Now I'm gonna feel bad when I beat him because he's on medication. Now
let's bring up one of the other matches and get through the rest of the card before y'all end up having to link up tonight and fight each other. Because I'm not coming to break that up. I'm just letting you know.
People's houses.
I'm not having to break that up. But
you know what? I still have, while we're looking at this women's matches with Renee Van Peebles, I still want to fight KO Kendra. So what I do to you will be a prelude to show Juicy Amazing what's gonna happen to his wife once he comes back and I beat up KO Kendra.
You see how you worrying about the wrong thing?
He do not want problems with Kendra. Look, we gonna move on with that one. I will say that out. You do not want problems with Kendra. But
he's worrying about the wrong thing.
But for the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Women's Championship, we have the challenger Vega Venom up against the champion Renee Van Peebles representing the ARC. So, Alice, what you think about this match?
So I've watched Renee Van Peebles since I've been in C3 Ultimate, and while she has surrounded herself with the ARC and surrounded herself with another one of my proteges, C Red, she has surrounded herself with men who have insulated her. And unfortunately, with C Red no longer being around, and you are left up to the devices of Decaying and Stuttering Stanley, I don't think that Renee is going to have the success that she's had in the past, because Vega Venom might have her number.
That is true. She did beat Renee did lose to Vega. That's how Vega got this opportunity for the title anyway. Alpha, what you think?
I ain't even gonna lie, like they had a great match. The Amazing World. I thought they put on not only for just women, but wrestlers in general. You got what I'm saying? So Vega, not only did she win, she won convincingly. It wasn't like a roll up, a victory roll, a quick anything. Like she threw down, and I think that even got to Renee. Now I don't like to sit here and say like Renee didn't take the match serious or nothing like that, because a loss is a loss at the end of the day. So, but sometimes a loss to somebody that makes you more focused. It means you go back to the drawing board and everything like that, so you can change things around. It's not the only rematch that's on the card.
So. But also sometimes the losses will cause a person to become so obsessive that they lose track of the here and now. And while Renee Van Peebles may have lost at the last show to Vega Venom, if she becomes obsessed with trying to get back that loss, she may lose again, similar to the way you gonna lose again.
Or maybe she is
Or
different.
lightning can strike. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe she changed just like I did. She just did it in a shorter time.
No.
Now, I'm not sitting here saying she's gonna win. I'm not here saying that Vega's gonna win. These women are very capable of winning. You know what I'm saying? This is a championship match. The first one was a title eliminator. So Vega showed why she deserved the title match. She beat the champion. So if they threw down in a non-title match, I can imagine how they're gonna throw down for the actual title.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite matches from the Amazing World. They were going at it. The crowd was loving it, and the stakes were high. Now the stakes are higher because the title is on the line, and Vegas been on the roll. Like I said, it's people coming in with really high momentum. Atlas coming in with a lot of momentum. So is Vega. The thing is that Renee's been the champ for as long as she's been for a reason. It's because she's always been able to, whether it's been by ways we don't always agree with, she's always been able to hold on to that title.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the ARC in a different kind of position, kind of like in an unknown direction right now since the last show.
Let's be honest, the ARC is rudderless. If there was a captain on the ship and C-Red was the captain, this captain is now abandoned ship. So now you got Gilligan on the boat as the captain with the skipper and the millionaire's wife running around with the professor who only graduated 4th grade. And if you can confuse on which one is the one that only went to the 4th grade, I'll give you a hint. It's the one that got the speech impediment.
All right. So
I'm not the only one that don't like Atlas, and I'm surprised because he's referring to Larkin, who has a chance with his brother of the ARC, Miles Mercer, to win the tag titles. Now, Jonte Keith of the Spirit of Detroit, he put his all in the last match, and he can't make it. So the replacement is Tony Thunder, who is also basically the brother of Joseph Ira Credit of Detroit. I'm going to add the overlay, but we can talk about it right now because it didn't upload on through StreamYard. But
wait a minute, I thought Joseph Ira Credit was going to go it alone. I thought he was going to do the manly thing and be a winner by himself.
Yes, he wanted to go alone, but then Tony Thunder, he heard in the streets of Detroit, he heard that he was going it alone. There's other tension outside of the tag titles besides the tag titles. It's more of a Chicago and Detroit thing. So it's more to it than that, because ever since they got the championships, the Spirit of Detroit, the ARC has been saying the heart and soul of Chicago. So it's definitely a lot of more of a city thing.
I don't understand why it's a city thing, because even the people in Detroit don't want to live in Detroit. So why is it even one of those things? I mean, it's okay, we know Detroit sucks, so continue on.
Well, that does add a lot. Another layer of kind of importance to it.
I mean, but truly, I mean, if it's a city thing, who do you know that actively goes and says, "Hey, I'm going to Detroit for anything other than work"?
I mean,
I'm okay. Detroit was actually nice when we went. When we went in February.
Did you get robbed? I bet you got robbed.
Nah, no, didn't get robbed.
Both cities have their thing. Ooh, we got echo.
I got it.
Both cities have their things, right? But the beauty about both cities is they produce some really tough people.
I guess.
And you know, the spirit of Detroit, you know, we've seen Jonte Keith, and you know, best wish to him. Hope he heal up soon. Hope everything, you know what I'm saying, get right. But we've seen him battle through injuries for years. You know what I'm saying? And show how tough he was. And he fought through injury last show to even get them titles. So there's a level of toughness. Even with Tony Thunder, he had the match against Marcelo. I believe I'm right, if I'm not mistaken. He had the match against Marcelo Spade.
Well,
great match.
He is the hope that Joseph R. Credit and Tony Thunder are well prepared, because they got to fight an evil piece of black licorice that holds a crown and an ugly chimpanzee with a speech impediment called the ARC. And they going to wrestle them this coming Saturday for them belts. And hopefully they can survive what happens to that with that ugly chimpanzee, because if he don't spit on them and drown them first from when he talk, he may get his ugly goon hands on them and do something horrible. So I feel sorry for them boys in Detroit.
Well, I do want to say that, like, I've booked 3 guys from Detroit, and
don't try to be my friend, Arshawn. I don't like you. I don't like you, Arshawn. If I ever see you at a show, whoever I'm beating on first, you got next.
Yeah. So these 3 guys, they represent Detroit, and they also fight and represent their city. Now, with Chicago, when you go out of town or you go anywhere else, people want to say the negative stuff about Chicago, like people, like you're saying about Detroit. Yo, Chirac, they shoot people out there. The bad stuff happening in Chicago. It's the same way in Detroit.
I live out in Naperville, so I live.
I'm saying in general. No, I'm saying in general. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. Don't play like that, Lou. Come on, Lou. Don't do that, Lou.
I live where people have actual sense and money. So
okay, good for you, Lou. Good for you. But still, so I think the animosity came from, like I said, because the fact that Spirit of Detroit calls himself that, and then the ARC has been repping Chicago. So I think that's just that's a big thing that's added to the tag team championships, because whoever wins is going to stay in that city. So,
well, I've seen Joseph R. Credit in the ring, and basically, he won those tag titles by himself. And hopefully, but he wasn't wrestling an angry chimpanzee with a speech impediment or a nasty little crown wearing piece of licorice. So we gonna see how he do this time. We gonna see.
Ooh. All right. Well,
like incredible Lou.
I'm just saying.
He's making that list longer. He's just making that list.
Oh, for sure.
So much longer.
I don't like it. Let it be known. They everybody that talk smack about me gonna get some. I am not a hard man to find.
And you know you can't find them at Steele the Show this Saturday.
Indeed.
In Crown Point, Indiana.
Hey, Mike Valentine. I'm actually on the flyer. You see that? I'm not insignificant. I made the flyer. Continue on.
8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern on Twitch and YouTube.
Mike. All right. Next match. Now, had to change it because an emergency happened. So, but we're still rocking with the Urban Culture Championship. We have Urban Culture Champion Marcelo Spade versus the debuting Brutus Dillon. Brutus Dillon is 6'8" and 400 pounds.
Ooh, boy. Wow.
This
Hey,
guy.
hey, that's a step
You
up
said
from
what?
the challenge that he was getting ready. Hey, he just dodged a big old bullet. He dodged a big old bullet by the name of Backwoods Brown. Backwoods Brown is another one of my wrestling children. You have no idea the bullet he dodged. Like, yeah, you think that wrestling a guy that's 6'8" and 400 pounds sounds like a chore? Guess what? That's a walk in the park compared to what he had to deal with if he had to wrestle Backwoods Brown.
Backwoods Brown is one of the most respected guys in the Midwest. And, unfortunately, he couldn't make it. But if Lou is saying that Spade dodged the bullet to face a guy that's 6'8" and 400 pounds, then that just shows you how serious and how fierce of a competitor Backwoods Brown is.
Yeah. Okay.
But Brutus, his work is crazy to be 6'8", 400 pounds. He does a lot.
Because that's what I was gonna say. If he dodged the bullet, then what did he run into? Because 6'8" and 400 pounds, any way you slice it, is
Hey,
that's a lot. That's a lot of person.
hey, I'm just saying. You see, I ain't saying he may have dodged the bullet and didn't get hit by a shopping cart. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is that if you give me a choice between Backwoods Brown and this guy who's 6'8", 400 pounds, guess where I'm going? It ain't the Backwoods Brown. And this is a guy that I've already beat. I ain't got to. That's
Okay. Okay.
That's definitely a difficult task to defeat a Backwoods Brown.
But I did it. You can find that match on YouTube as well.
That's good. You can find Lou on YouTube. We call it LouTube. Lou. You can find a lot of his matches. Wrestling his children on YouTube.
Damn right.
So the unfortunate situation is, like you said, he's still got to deal with this guy. So what do you see Marcelo's chances being?
Marcelo Spade is a technical beast. So unless I have never witnessed Mr. What's the gentleman's name? Dylan. Brutus. Thought it was Dylan. What? Brutus Beefcake. Brutus Shortcake. Whatever. Brutus Dylan. Shogun Cap. Whatever. Not familiar with his work. What I am familiar with is Marcelo Spade. Now, Marcelo Spade is one of those guys that even if you are 6'8", if you are not attuned to the sport of professional wrestling, and I'm not just talking about technical wrestling, I'm talking about every facet of what professional wrestling is, of knowing what it is to use the rope and use the ring and use the rules to your advantage. Marcelo Spade is one of those gentlemen who will familiarize you with those rules very quickly. And while it would have been a much more interesting contest to see him versus the Backwoods Brown, I think it's going to be a very interesting display of what Marcelo Spade is capable of when he's wrestling a bigger man and has to show what true technical wrestling can do to someone who may just be familiarized with being utterly brutal. Who knows? Never seen Marcelo Spade in a fight, but I've definitely seen him in a wrestling match. And generally, if you go against a guy who can wrestle versus somebody who can fight, the wrestler's going to win. So we're going to see how that one goes. Good luck, Dylan.
Yeah, I will say that Spade is a smaller wrestler, but he hates when people say that because now it's like I gotta prove that I'm here. I deserve this. I know he's been a top champ in a lot of other companies as well. He's a champ at C3 Ultimate Wrestling for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like his ring IQ is just top notch with a lot of the guys and gals that share the ring and stuff like that. Like even how he defeated Stone. You know, they basically had 2 matches in the night because he knew that he can get under Aaron Stone's skin and he would defend his title in a rematch, knowing that Stone down near couldn't even walk on his leg because of what Spade did to it. So I am curious to see how this match will go down between both guys. I'm excited for it as well. We are hoping and praying for Backwoods speedy recovery as well, because we definitely have to bring him into C3 Ultimate Wrestling. We have to bring your son, Lou. We have to bring your son.
Yeah, you got to bring on my son because we already got rid of that other disgraceful thing, Willie Richardson. You know, we showed up to the last show. Oh, there's a bell on the line. Let me show up. And we had Willie Richardson show up, and we got him out of here really quick. But yeah, you bring people some substance on in here. Backwoods Brown. Yeah, I had to whoop him, and after I whooped him, he went ahead and he learned his lesson, and that's one of my kids. And I'm gonna make you one of my kids too.
Oh, Lou. Yes, DJ Dose. Shout out to DJ Dose for the music. Thank you for sending the theme song for Steele the Show, called Steele the Show. Definitely something that I listen to on the radio, and in my car, at home all the time. My kids sing the song. Thank you for the music. He chose a song for Amazing World and then Steele the Show. But this one is a certified banger. But yes, this is a title match. Yeah. It is a title match. So Brutus Dillon's debut, he could leave with a championship. So that's something right there.
Is it likely to happen? No, I think he's gonna get tied up in the knot, but we'll see.
But I will say this though. This could be the test that you was talking about, because the last couple matches for Spade in C3, he's had well off notice of his opponent. Now, this is the last minute switch. Is what he just found out, maybe like middle of last week.
No, what Marcelo Spade is doing right now is thanking the gods and everybody that is around that he ain't got to wrestle Backwoods Brown on Saturday. That is what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Mike Valentine is upset. Apparently, he's letting it know in the chat. He's letting it known in the chat.
Yeah, I'm kind of with those too, but it's gonna be an opportunity for us to see exactly how fundamental Marcelo can be, because he's probably gonna need he even though it's not Backwoods Brown. Like I said, anytime you got a man 6'8", 400 pounds that call himself brutal, you're gonna have to bring everything you got. And with that title on the line, like you said, being able to come into a company and your debut win a title, that's
sure. But you got to think of that's nerves coming in. First off, that's the nerves of traveling and the nerves of being in the first time in a company, and the nerves of being a first time in front of this crowd, and the nerves of being in a title match for your first time in this company in front of this crowd. Sure, that's great. That's fine and dandy. I hope that he has traveled enough and is well versed enough in the professional wrestling business, the sport of professional wrestling, to walk into this match and have that level of calmness, so that way he can wrestle a man who is as dangerous and as astute as Marcelo Spade. Because I guarantee you, Marcelo Spade is going to come into this match ready and willing to do whatever is necessary to retain his title on Saturday.
Yeah, I've been talking about like kind of momentum and streaks and stuff like that, like kind of everybody kind of streaky and momentum right now, and without question, Marcelo is on the hottest run right now.
Yes,
Out of everybody.
I agree. Yeah,
Marcelo, he going crazy right now. So
you may hate him, but he gets the job done. It's not a coward. He goes in and he does it. Oh, speaking of Brutus,
despite being a Cubs fan, you know what I'm saying?
18 years strong, and Marcelo Spade doesn't know what he's got himself into. New champ, 18 years, 18 years in the business.
Yeah, see that doesn't really
I'm
look
fully,
like a
son. After I get done giving you your whooping, we gonna watch this one, and in your brand new notebook, you gonna take notes. Your vision may be a little bit blurry, but you're gonna take notes in this match and see what Marcelo Spade does, and afterwards we're gonna go over it, and hopefully you're gonna learn afterwards.
Oh, Papa Lou. You know when you lose, you're gonna throw yourself a little hissy fit. You're gonna kicking and screaming and everything, crying and everything. You ain't even gonna want to look at no other matches. But you can believe that if you want to. You can believe that if you want to. I already see we can literally hear your hissy fit right now after losing to me this Saturday. We already know.
I'm staying out the way.
I'm just saying.
I am staying out of the way. But yeah, so yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it is, Mike. I don't trust nobody like the Cubs. Nobody at all. Sus. You sus. I'm worried.
All right, so final match is the main event. Former tag champions, now rivals in the main event. D'Angelo Steele, the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Champion, versus his former partner from Legit, JPH, for the title. Now, I want to give a backstory of the name Legit. Legit, it's not only describes what they were and who they are, but it actually was an acronym for Legends Entering Greatness in Time. And I think that these guys have put on classic matches as single competitors and tag competitors. So I wanted to say that too.
D'Angelo Steele, he listens. But he was smart enough to not get in the ring during our tag match, so I could demonstrate different things, different techniques on JPH. As a result, he is now C3 Ultimate Champion. Another sore spot that you and I are going to have to discuss this coming Saturday, but I digress. D'Angelo Steele now has his hands on not only a singles title, but the title. Do you think for 1 minute that now that sneaky little got his hands on a title that anybody is going to get it off on him the first go round? I call D'Angelo Steele the Mad Smurf. That Mad Smurf is going to go ahead and take that title, and he's going to hoard it away somewhere, and he's going to pull a magic trick to keep it. And JPH is going to be looking like Gargamel at the end of the day with a loss. Sorry to say it, but that's what's getting ready to happen.
I think this will be a great match. I think all the matches are going to be great. But I do think that, especially because these guys been as a tag team and been a dominant tag team for so long, they know each other. So it's like a lot of people we seen how D'Angelo Steele won the title, especially like basically being a gifted from his father, C Red. And I feel that Steele has more to prove. He still has to prove that he doesn't want to just be like, it was just handed to him. Like, he wants to show that this is his moment for a reason. Like, he was going to win regardless. And with JPH is very angry right now because of the situation. You know, he said he called first dibs and he got it. He said he called it and he got it. Then he said he coming for the title. Now that's the question. Will he get the title? we'll have to see.
No. Look, Larkin was robbed of his ability to speak. That was about the only thing that Larkin was robbed of having a normal sized tongue, so it wouldn't outweigh his speech when he talked, so that he wouldn't spit on people.
Oh, right.
That was the only thing that Larkin was robbed of.
You never cease to amaze me.
All right. Well, I was gonna say, for me, I kind of conceptualized this match as Sub-Zero versus Scorpion.
My man said conceptualize. He using all $5 words today.
Hell yeah, I'm scoring big on Scrabble. Let's go.
He used the 2 cents that Mike Valentine said he was going to use at the show. He's going to give his 2 cents, and he cashed out.
He picked up Mike the 2 cents I knocked out of Mike Valentine, so he richer. So
Voice of C3 for a reason.
Yes,
Voice
sir.
of C3 for a reason.
Yes, sir.
All right. But I conceptualize this match as Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. It's like the line from the first movie when they was in the bottom of the boat, and he was like, the deadliest of enemies. You know what I'm saying? But when they came together,
yep,
it was the team that was unmasked. Well, we're gonna get to see that enemy part really show his head come Saturday. Because
didn't these two gentlemen start out as enemies and then came together under the legit banner? And now they're going back to the button heads again. But this time they button heads for a title.
Yeah,
and that has something.
The backstory was they were supposed to go against each other one time, and D'Angelo Steele got hurt. He injured his leg. So during the time he was injured, basically the only person that was checking on him was JPH. At the time, JPH was like one of the nicest guys in the locker room, period. Like nobody had anything negative to say about JPH.
So he was a sucker.
He was a nice guy.
He was a sucker.
So between that and them becoming a tag team, they didn't see eye to eye at first, and then eventually JPH basically joined the dark side with D'Angelo Steele.
The dark side? What's the
The dark side.
I'm gonna make a note in my. Hey Siri, make a note. Teach Classic Alpha to not use negative terms like dark side.
The dark side, because of how they even became contenders for the championship. JPH wasn't a nice guy anymore. So ever since that moment, JPH has had a serious chip on his shoulder, even as a champ, which is weird. So when they lost the titles at the last event, The Amazing World, he actually took his mouth guard out and threw it at D'Angelo Steele. That's what triggered everything for even the Battle Royal to start. So that's the backstory. Low key, you can say that Steele created the monster that he's facing this Saturday at The Amazing World. I mean, at Steele the Show.
And you seen a little bit of that. I can't as recall it, but they had this singles match while they were champions.
Yep.
And it was supposed to kind of just be, okay, we're gonna have this match, we're gonna have a competitive match, but JPH got a little aggressive, little over aggressive for it to be his teammate. So, like I said, it's gonna be a task for Steele to kind of manage the monster that he created.
See, here's the thing y'all don't understand. Have you ever heard of a man called Bobby Heenan?
Yes.
Bobby Heenan had a term that I like to say, and people always used to call him a bad guy for it, but I use this, and this is a moniker in my life, and I tend to follow it. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always, always cheat. So if you are a winner and you got to cheat to win, why not do it? I don't think that JPH is now a monster for these things. I don't think he should be labeled as a bad guy for adopting a winning principle. How many people do you know that are winners from absolutely doing everything they need to do? Who?
You'll see Saturday. You'll see Saturday.
No, you'll see Saturday. You'll see Saturday. You must, as KRS-One once popularly said, you must learn.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is true. It takes a certain edge to win at a high level. You know, there's a line, but it does take even at that line, it takes a certain edge to win at a certain level. But we don't really have a clear standing on D'Angelo Steele and where he's at. He's the fresh champion. Last we seen him, he was hugging his belt and running out the building.
What I'm telling y'all is, whoever touched that belt, the first person to touch that belt at the show, you better have a sanitizing wipe to wipe down that belt, because D'Angelo Steele has been doing something nasty with that title. You better have you a Lysol wipe, and you better wipe down both sides of it, because I guarantee you, he done did something that he didn't name the belt. Who names their title and then go name it a female's name?
Rachel.
I mean,
you named it Rachel.
Right. You better got you some. Look, go to Dollar General, get you them limited scented disinfectant wipes, wipe down both sides of that title, maybe spread a little bit, because he done did something nasty. And because he been doing something nasty with that title, JPH is not going to take it away from him. He done named a title Rachel. He done got a full-blown relationship with this thing going on. And he is not in the mindset after this long to have no breakup this soon.
How did we get here?
It's a conversation with Atlas. It's a conversation with Atlas. It's like turning on the GPS and be like, surprise me. That's just basically what happened.
Hey, Kev, remember, that's Impact.
Hey, I understand. You know, it was a line from a great movie, the Fire Heartbeats. My man said, I got to fight every night to prove my love. And, you know, what a man won't do for the love of his woman.
Hey,
sometimes.
Hey,
you know,
if
that's your title.
Some men play the lottery. Some men have a drink. D'Angelo Steele named his title Rachel and ain't been seen since. So Saturday, good luck getting that title from him. If you are fortunate enough to be the one to hold that title by you when the match is going on, don't be funny if it, smell kind of weird, because like I said, he named it Rachel.
I do got to take the belt. I do got to take the belt at the
He
time.
named it Rachel. Dollar General, limited scented disinfectant wipes.
I got you.
Ta-da.
Good looking out.
All right. Well, I do want to thank the guests that showed up, regardless if I like them or not.
You ain't got to like me. You got to respect me, son. And you going to respect me Saturday. I'm going to teach you to respect me.
I don't have to respect you. I just got to beat you. There's a difference. There's a difference between defeating someone and respecting them.
I've been educating you this entire since I didn't whoop your ass 10 years ago. And I'm going to continue your education this coming Saturday, because now you have now entered from the beginning portion of our classes, and now you are entering into the intermediate stage. Hopefully, if you're smart enough to take my lessons, you will maybe one day enter the pro scenes. But right now, you will enter into the immediate factor of our program, and I'm gonna teach you some respect, boy.
That's funny, man. You're gonna come to the show with a whole backpack full of school supplies for yourself because you're gonna have to school yourself. You're gonna have to unlearn a lot of things when I beat you this Saturday. You didn't already prepare for back to school already. You didn't already told me all the stuff I need, but you're the one that's gonna need it. What a scholar. I'm gonna beat the scholastic off you, man. Like, come on now. Like
be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. I was one day, the first time I challenged my daddy, I said, Daddy, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to show you that I'm a man. I'm going to show you that I am the man that I need to be. And I'm going to tell you, like my daddy told me, son, while you may be a man, while you may have grown and held your own whole household, and you may even have kids that call you daddy, always remember, your arms are too short to box with God.
Sometimes the student or even the son passes up the master or even the father. So sometimes you have to prove your father wrong, because sometimes your father thinks that they know everything and they know everything on life. And me being a father, I'm guilty of doing this too. But I'm gonna show you something, Pops. I'm gonna show you a lesson or two. I learned from you, but it's time for you to learn from me, sir. It's time to knock you down a couple notches.
I'm gonna show you and Arshawn something.
You're gonna show us how to do a hissy fit.
No.
You're gonna show us that 26 years of wrestling just went away just like that. 26 years of wrestling went away in 3 seconds. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. 26 years goes away in 3 seconds. That's all it takes. All it takes is 3 seconds for people to forget who all hell is. They'll forget who the incredible one is. All it takes, Pops, is 3 seconds.
That's all it takes. 3 seconds.
All it takes is 3 seconds.
I love
26 years.
I love it.
Down the toilet in 3 seconds.
I love it.
It's crazy to me.
I love
it. It's crazy, especially with social media. People act like you don't even exist as soon as you lose. They act like you never entered greatness and things like that. But this is more of a personal thing than what the social media is thinking about. You get what I'm saying?
In the Lord of the Rings, how terrifying it was when the Eye of Sauron finally saw the hobbits. I see you. I see you.
We're losing Kev. Kev, we need you here, sir.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just prepared. I'm just really excited about the show.
We back with Kev. All right. So we'll do one more. I'll show the graphics of the matches and then give a shout out to Limelight. Like, once again, shout out to Limelight for everything that they continue to do, continuing to work with me for the past few years. Shout out to David Green.
Where is the Atlas comic book? You're missing out on money.
Okay.
Limelight is not the company that can. You need what's the company used to put out Spawn?
Image can't hold my greatness.
Yeah, right. You need Image. you need Image. Limelight is a family. It's a family company.
It's for the family.
I'm MC16 at least.
All right, so shout out to Limelight Comics for what they continue to do. Women's action Renee Van Peebles versus Vega Venom for the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Women's Championship. They had a great match last year. I'm expecting the same here. So I think this is going to get a lot of eyes looking at this, because a lot of people would go with the person who won the last time, which was Vega Venom. But Renee Van Peebles always finds a way to get what she wants. So we have the grudge match of all grudge matches. Father versus son.
The education session of the year.
Neil
Classic
versus
Alpha versus he who is incredible, the incredible Atlas J. Horn at Steele the Show this coming Saturday. You make it.
Classic Alpha is always here to save professional wrestling, but April 20th, nobody is going to come to save Atlas J. Horn.
Look at him. He's even posing like me. Look at him. He's even posing like me.
Isn't this foretelling and foreshadowing? Maybe it's time for another mountain. Maybe it's time for another obstacle, another metric, another standard
posing
to be
like
measured.
Me. I've been educating people for years.
I can't wait to announce this match and get as far away from the ring as possible.
It's my order is messed up, but the main event is D'Angelo Steele versus JPH for the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Championship.
Lemony scented, disinfecting wipes. Look how he's holding the title in this picture. Look how he holding it. So if you think he's been holding it like this and he just won it that night, just what? Lemony scented, disinfecting wipes from Dollar General. JPH, you ain't got a prayer. The Angry Smurf retains.
That's so disturbing. I think this will be a very great matchup as well. We also have Marcelo Spade, the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Urban Culture Champion, versus the debuting Brutus Dillon.
Hey, Brutus, my man, you got a tall order ahead and a long night ahead. 18 years is a long way to go in this business. I know, but you better be ready for Marcelo Spade, man.
Yep, definitely curious to see how that's going to go. And then we also have the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Tag Team Championships. We have Joseph Ira Credit and Tony Thunder from Detroit going against the ARC representing Chicago for these tag titles.
Man, it's gonna be the Motor City versus the Windy City.
It's gonna be the angry piece of licorice that holds the crown and the mad monkey with the heavy tongue versus Joseph Art Credit and Tony Thunder. And man, I hope y'all ready, because it's about to be slobber and licorice and goofiness all around the ring. And if you ain't ready for the ARC, man, it's gonna be a battle ahead.
Come see us this Saturday. Steele the Show, Crown Point, Indiana. Doors open at 8. Showtime is at 8:15 p.m. Tickets are $5 off on Eventbrite. So when you go to Eventbrite, all you got to do is type in C3 Ultimate or C3, and we will pop up with our current show. Get these deals while you can. The deal will end the day before the show, which is Friday. Bring out the family. Come see this epic event. It's going to be great. A lot of these matches can steal the show. So we can't wait to see you guys.
Come out and watch an event where education will be forefront in our presentation. And while it is a family event, I will be doing my due diligence as a father and providing the education that is necessary for Mr. Classic Alpha. With your ignorant ass.
And if you can't make it,
it's a difference between being ignorant and being defiant. Like, I'd really be scared if I was actually listening to you now, but I'm really not. I'm here to prove a point. I'm here to break the mold too, by the way.
And if you can't make it to Crown Point like most dads can't,
Adam's TV is called Come to See 3 Ultimate and watch this in person.
if you can't show up like most absentee dads can't, you can always order the tickets on Eventbrite and donate them, or you can watch live on.
Disrespect.
Oh
you
my
can watch
God.
live on Critically Drinking YouTube or over on Twitch at Yella O. We will be live. I think bell time is 8:30, so we will be live around 8:00 for the pre-show.
I don't like you, Arshawn.
Oh my God, the chat is going crazy about what you said about stealing the belt.
I'll say this. Maybe come Saturday you might like him a lot less. I'll just say that.
We got this chat.
Lawrence Fishburne was an awesome dad in Boys in the Hood. Thank you, sir. You must didn't watch that movie. He was great. Furious Styles taught his son what it was like to live in the hood. As a matter of fact, Furious Styles' mama, his baby mama, sent his son to him so that he could learn what it was like to live in the hood. And Furious Styles taught his son some powerful lessons. And this coming Saturday, Classic Alpha, I see you.
Well, you're basically saying since he talking about Lawrence Fishburne, he's gonna go from Furious Styles to Ike Turner. Okay, I guess. What an act. You brought up Critically Drinking, so I didn't want to give a shout out to Arshawn and everything he continues to do. Make sure you guys sub to his channel, check out his YouTube content, Twitch content. So shout out to everything he continues to do. I know he cracks a lot of jokes at Atlas, and they always go back and forth. But he's an entertaining guy. So shout out to him and what Kev doing, especially with the entertainment of the beat bracket. So very dope. Very dope. Very, very good things. There's some songs that should have won, in my opinion, but it is what it is. People are different. People vote. They vote wrong, but they vote. But it's okay. It's all right.
I don't like you, Arshawn. I don't like you.
Atlas Simons.
Walking out of match.
And it's things it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that is the reason why I do the things that I do. It's things like that that cause me. See, most people go talk about they like to get into professional wrestling because it's a sport and everything else. I get into professional wrestling because I can legally hurt people and don't get arrested for it. And it's because of people like Arshawn. It's because of comments like that. I don't like you.
So
crazy.
Like I said, before we wrap up, I do want to say thank you guys, and thank you to Mike Valentine and a lot of people who have spoke with us, commented, and chatted with us. So I do appreciate that. 3 days away, we are 3 days away from Steele the Show, our first event of the year. I'm excited. Everything is getting prepped up. Some people are saying they're excited. They can't wait. Tickets are being bought. So thank you guys for becoming on the panel, even though I don't like Lou, but he always shows up, and I do respect that aspect of him.
You're going to respect your daddy Saturday, boy.
I'll show you some
respect. Much like The Rock was beating Cody and was calling him boy, which kind of made me a little bit uncomfortable. But that's a whole nother situation.
Whole nother conversation.
You going to respect me, boy.
Yeah. Side note, yeah, that's definitely a whole nother time coming. But yeah, that was very disturbing. But Yeah, I'm gonna show my pop something. I'm gonna show him something. I'm gonna show him how to be somebody. I'm gonna show him how to be somebody. That's what's gonna happen.
It was the way that the boy was saying boy and boy is two different things. So
he emphasized too hard on boy.
Right.
And
yeah,
that's the problem. You
just
emphasize
a little bit too much.
You tried it too hard. That's like when a very, very light-skinned person say the N-word, and then they be like,
with the R, the hard R.
Did I offend somebody? Can I say it again? Because I'm definitely going to say
it again. Yeah. That was like if that was reversed, like I would have been like, but yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, for sure. All right, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Like I said, shout out to Yella, shout out to Atlas, shout out to Mike Valentine. It's been fun. It's always been fun. And we will see you guys Saturday at Steele the Show. Peace out.